Hello everyone. Welcome to the course, Architectural Drawing and Identification. Today, we will learn about the recognition and usage methods of drawing tools. When drawing architectural engineering drawings, being able to understand the structure and performance of commonly used drawing tools and mastering the correct methods of using them is one of the important conditions for improving the drawing level and ensuring the drawing quality. Commonly used basic drawing tools include: first, drawing board. The drawing board, also known as the drafting board, is used to secure the drawing paper. It consists of two layers of plywood with hardwood strips along the edges. The surface of the drawing board should be smooth, and the working edge should be straight to prevent warping and deformation. The drawing board should be protected from moisture, direct sunlight, and heat. It should not be scratched with knives or hard materials. Second, T-square. The T-square is composed of a head and a blade. It is used to draw horizontal lines. Most of the T-squares currently in use are made of plexiglass. The head of the T-square and its body are fixed at a 90-degree angle. When using the T-square to draw lines, the head of the T-square should be closely against the left side of the drawing board. Support the head of the T-square with the left hand and move the T-square up and down. First, align the ruler. Then press the body of the ruler with your left hand, and then draw the line. Do not try to save time by pushing the ruler body directly, which will cause the ruler head to slip off the working edge of the drawing board. And also do not lean the T-square against any other edge of the drawing board to draw the line. Third, triangles. A set of triangles consists of two pieces. One is a 45 degrees isosceles right-angled triangle, and the other is a right-angled triangle with two acute angles of 30 degrees and 60 degrees. There are various specifications of triangles, and they should be selected flexibly when drawing. It is generally advisable to choose a thicker board surface with a slight slope on both right angles and marked with scales or angle measurement lines. Triangles should keep the sides straight, avoiding falling. Triangular plates are used in combination with a T-square. Vertical lines can be drawn and working edge with T-square into 15 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 75 degrees, and other oblique lines. Two triangles used together can draw vertical lines and various oblique lines and parallel lines. Fourth, drawing pens. Common drawing pens include ruling pens, drawing fountain pens, technical pens, etc. The nib of the ruling pen is shaped like a duck's bill and is also known as a duck bill pen. It is a tool for drawing ink lines. The nib is composed of two steel blades, and the distance between them can be adjusted arbitrarily with a screw to determine the thickness of the ink line. When filling ink into the ruling pen, a drawing fountain pen or an ink filling tube should be used to carefully add ink into the middle of the two steel blades, and the height of the ink filling is 4 to 6 millimeters. When drawing lines, the ruling pen should be in the vertical plane. That is, the front-back direction of the pen holder should be kept at 90 degrees to the drawing paper, so that the two blades touch the paper surface simultaneously, and make the ruling pen tilt at an angle of 5 degrees to 20 degrees in the forward direction. When drawing lines, the speed should be uniform, and the force when starting to draw should not be too strong. When drawing thin lines, do not tighten the adjusting screw too much when adjusting it, so as not to deform the steel blades. After use, it should be cleaned and wiped dry, and stored away after loosening the screw. Drawing fountain pen. The drawing fountain pen consists of a pen holder and a nib. It is used for writing, correcting lines, and can also be used to fill ink into the ruling pen. When using it, the amount of ink should be appropriate, and the nib should be kept clean and tidy at all times. Technical pen, also known as a needle pen. The technical pen is specifically used for drawing ink lines, except for the nib, which is a steel needle with a cleaning needle inside. The rest of the construction is basically the same as that of a regular fountain pen. The nib steel needle tube comes in various specifications for selection when drawing lines. When using it, if there is a problem with the ink flow, the pen can be moved up and down, and when a knocking sound is heard inside the tube, it indicates that the tube core is clear, and it can be used again. Fifth, compasses and dividers. Compasses are tools for drawing circles and arcs. A needle point is installed on one leg, and on the other leg, 3 kinds of inserts such as a ruling pen, a lead core, and a steel needle can be installed. Before using the compasses, the needle point should be adjusted first, so that the needle tip is slightly longer than the nib of the insert. Take the appropriate radius, align with the center of the circle, and make the compasses slightly tilt in the direction of rotation, and start drawing the circle from the lower right corner in a clockwise direction. Drawing circles or arcs should be completed in one go. Dividers are tools for dividing line segments equally and measuring line segments. Fixed steel needles are installed at the ends of both legs. When using them, it is necessary to first check whether the needle tips of the 2 legs of the dividers are flush after being brought close together. When using dividers to divide a known line segment equally, the trial and error method is generally adopted. Sixth, protractors. Protractors, also known as triangular rulers, have scales engraved with several different ratios. They can be used directly on the drawing paper to draw lines corresponding to the actual dimensions of an object, according to the specified ratio, without the need for calculations. The commonly used scale is generally engraved with 6 different proportional scales, which can be selected according to needs. Ordinarily, the scale should not be used as a set square or a T-square for drawing lines. Seventh, building templates. On the building templates, there are various square holes, circular holes, architectural legends, axis numbers, detailed drawing index numbers, etc., engraved, which can be used to directly draw all kinds of patterns and symbols on the templates. Eighth, French curves. The French curve is one of the special tools for drawing non-circular curves, including double-type French curves and single-type French curves. The double-type French curve is used to draw simple curves. The single-type French curve is used to draw more complex curves. Each set contains multiple pieces, and each piece is composed of some curves with different curvatures. When using the French curve, according to the bending trend of the curve, a section on the French curve that matches the curve to be drawn should be selected for drawing. The more matching points there are, the smoother the resulting curve will be. Each section of the curve drawn should have no less than 4 matching points. When drawing each section of the curve, it should at least include the last 2 points of the previous section of the curve, and at least 2 points should be left behind this section to facilitate the drawing of the next section, so as to ensure that the curve is connected smoothly. 9th, erasing shield. The erasing shield is used to modify drawing lines. When using it, just align the drawing lines to be erased with the corresponding holes or slits on the erasing shield, and then gently wipe with an eraser. 10. Drawing papers. There are 2 types of drawing papers, drawing paper and tracing paper. The drawing paper is required to have a white surface and a hard texture. It is not easy to fluff when wiped with an eraser, and the ink lines will not bleed through when drawn. The format of the drawing paper should conform to the national standards. The drawing paper should not be curled, folded or wrinkled. Tracing paper requires white paper, good transparency, with flexibility. Tracing paper after moisture cannot be used. It should be stored in a dry and ventilated place. 11. Drawing pencil. Lead for a drawing pencil. There are hard and soft, denoted by the letters B and H. The larger the number before B, the softer the lead core. The larger the number before H, the harder the lead core. HB indicates moderate hardness. Pencils should be unmarked. One end starts to use in order to preserve the mark. For use to identify, the pencil should be sharpened into a cone shape. Cut off about 30 millimeters. Lead core exposed 6 to 8 millimeters. HB pencil lead. Available on sandpaper. Ground into a cone shape. B pencil lead. Ground into a quadrangular shape. The former is used to draw manuscripts, deepen fine lines and write. The latter is used to trace thick lines. 12th. Ink. The ink has carbon ink and drawing ink. Carbon ink does not clump easily. Suitable for drawing ink pen. Drawing ink dries faster. Suitable for ruling pen. Currently on the market. Advanced drawing ink. Also suitable for drawing ink pens. This is the end of the course. Thanks for watching.